What up? Salvador Briggman here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about bringing an idea into the world. How do you impact the world for the positive? How do you reach your full potential? And I think that as a business owner, it's so difficult to do this because sometimes we are trying to climb the ladder of success with one hand in our pocket. Or we're trying to achieve something, but it's like one hand is kind of tied behind our back. And in some cases, in order to be successful, whether it's with crowdfunding, e-commerce, selling a product, building a brand, you have to actually be willing to let go of control in some ways, or let go of certain things so you can then reach for other greater goals and ambitions. And kind of thinking about that is why I actually want to make today's video, which is going through what is a 3PL. There's so many jargon and big words that we throw around when it comes to e-commerce, when it comes to crowdfunding, when it comes to finance, etc. And I don't like that. I want to demystify this for you. So that's what I'm getting into in today's YouTube video. All right, brother, I hope you've been having a good week and you've been taking some action towards your goals, that you're showing up here, whether it's with the videos, or with my podcast, Crowdfunding Demystified on Spotify and iTunes, be listening to my books, or whatever it is, really just becoming a student of this craft. Because the more you learn, the faster you will earn. But also just downloading all this information in your head, it is fun, it's exciting. Like, I'm such a lifelong learner, but hopefully you are that way as well, because you want to reach your full potential. Okay, so let's get a little bit nerdy here, right? What is a 3PL? So 3PL stands for third-party logistical partner. So what does that mean? Third-party logistical partner. When it comes to logistics, what I'm referring to is, within the case of a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo campaign, is when you successfully raise money from the crowd. So for example, let's just say you raise $300,000, right? And you have a bunch of backers who are going to be shipping out your product to. For example, you created a new invention or a new product, new gadget or gizmo, you're shipping out those products to all of those backers. That's the logistical component, which I'm referring to, is how do you ship product from, for example, your manufacturer to the end customer. And I know, wouldn't it be amazing if people would just click buy or back and you don't have to do anything? Like, that would be incredible. That'd be great, right? But also it would be kind of boring, because at the end of the day, we want to impact the world. We want to have our products out there in the wild, in someone's home, so we can have rave reviews, success stories, we can have a positive impact on other people. So really, this is really about the logistical nature of shipping products out to people's homes. How do you do that from every step, going from manufacturer to then the actual end customer? So this is a problem, right? This is a problem, whether you're doing a Kickstarter campaign or an Indiegogo campaign, or you're selling your own product on Shopify or Amazon or e-commerce or whatever it is, right? You need to get the product to the end customer. When they buy something, they want to get it on their doorstep. So when you're just kind of getting started, you kind of think about running an entire business and setting up every single department within that business. So for example, you might try to set this up yourself, having your own warehouse, aka your garage, hopefully not step on your wife's toes or get her really angry, or your husband's, right? In this case, and really allow them to get that like grace to be able to actually ship out and house all of this inventory in your garage. And then you have to pick it and package it and sort through it and list all the inventory in your dashboard and do barcodes, etc., and eventually get this shipped out, right, to those customers, and then maybe deal with returns, etc. This is a nightmare. So typically at a certain point in a business owner's career, what they realize is that they need to focus their time and attention on what they're best at. And if they don't do that, their time and attention gets focused on things they're not really good at, but also that suck and drain time out of their key skill, out of their superpower. And for that reason, they're not able to scale their business beyond a certain level. What a third-party logistical partner does is they take that entire shipping, fulfillment, picking, packaging, having a marketing insert, doing returns, doing barcodes, doing inventory management, takes all of that and takes it off your plate. They literally have a business that just helps other companies when it comes to shipping and fulfilling their products to their end customer. And that's all they do. So they have a warehouse, for example. They make sure they manage inventory, they sort it, they have different SKUs. They handle all of that for you. And then that way, they are a logistical partner for your business. You're kind of outsourcing that entire department, if you will, which doesn't really make sense anyway to have when it comes to in-house with your company, because it's a set of serious and challenges that every business has to go through anyway. So they've mastered that entire process, and that's all they do for other businesses and other companies. For example, if you're doing a Kickstarter campaign and you've got a couple thousand backers, right? Then what you can do is you can have all the orders which are being manufactured and made by your overseas partner, maybe domestic partner. You can have all that inventory shipped to their fulfillment center or warehouse, aka their 3PL warehouse. And then they can sort through that. They can make sure they have it all different filed and organized when it comes to the inventory management. When new orders come in or when your existing ones are being fulfilled, they can then ship that out to all of your backers when it comes to a Kickstarter campaign. Or if you then start an e-commerce store on something like Shopify or WordPress plus WooCommerce, right? They can then handle all those new orders as well. So the order comes in, it routes to them. They then go through, they actually ship this out to the customer. That's reflected when it comes to their inventory management software. You see that and you don't have to do anything. It's all hands off. And you can just see, you can get a warning sign when your inventory is becoming lower, and then you get the manufacturer to send another batch of orders to their actual warehouse. So this is a huge, massive problem, and it's actually really cool, in my opinion, to learn about because I'm kind of a nerd. I love studying new stuff. But what I would say is that this is really like synonymous with, for example, 3PL. You should think fulfillment. Fulfillment is really that kind of stage, the process that we're talking about in this particular video. So 3PL, fulfillment company, fulfillment center, these are all different synonyms which we're using to refer to the same thing. Want to take all the stress out of fulfilling your Kickstarter rewards? Fulfillrite is the turnkey solution that puts product delivery on autopilot. The Top Campaigns uses trusted high-tech provider to store, package, and ship their products. Focus on growing your business. Leave shipping to the experts. Don't wait. Get a custom quote from Fulfillrite today. Link in the description. So I know this sounds like magic, right? It sounds incredible. It sounds amazing to be able to just, snap your fingers and you send that product to the end customer, and it's all automated and it's just happening behind the scenes, and you don't have to do any of the heavy lifting, no pun intended, right? And you can focus on your marketing, you can focus on your business, you can focus on your sales, right? Whatever it is, you can actually focus on your superpower. While this is incredible, you should also be aware that there are costs associated with using this route or by using a 3PL. So for example, there might be inventory storage costs. There might be pick and pack costs. There might be costs when it comes to shipping out the product. They are designed to help you when it comes to getting the lowest rates when it comes to the shipping, but there are going to be certain fees which are attached to using a 3PL because that's their business model. That's how they stay in business. So if this is something you're looking and exploring, you can do your own research. You can look up a couple of different 3PL companies. We also have a sponsor, Fulfillrite, who I've been working with since 2012, which is now over 8 years, because they've been a super trusted and honest fulfillment partner. And I've never had a bad experience when it comes to this company. They've always been very transparent when it comes to working with customers and answering questions and all that kind of stuff. So we have a company when it comes to that that's sponsoring this video. But in addition, they put together a free checklist for you, a great checklist when it comes to setting up a Shopify store, the things you need to do when it comes to e-commerce, and also being aware of the fulfillment phase when it comes to your crowdfunding campaign. So I will link up that free checklist down below, which you can check out in the description. Now that you know what a 3PL is, there's really one more step that you really just have to take, which is to break open that old-fashioned spreadsheet and really decide and do a pro-con analysis. What is the value of your time? Does it make sense to actually do this? How many orders are you expecting to process? Do you want to handle the headache of doing this? And does it make sense, obviously, from a financial standpoint? Is this a way in which you're willing to invest in your business? So I've been talking about these more topics because I'm kind of excited about something. I'm actually going to be announcing something really cool very soon to anyone who's on my Killer Crowdfunding Tips newsletter, which I send out every single week with cutting edge tips, technology tools, advice, tutorials, tactics, things that go into whether it's selling more products online, building a brand from scratch, raising money with a crowdfunding campaign. I talk about all of that with my Killer Crowdfunding Tips newsletter, which I've been sending out religiously, I'd say, since I actually started my business back in 2012. So if you want to gain access to that newsletter, go and check out the link down below. It is free. Just go to crowdcrux.com/subscribe and you can join my free Killer Crowdfunding Tips newsletter. And I'll start sending you those emails every single week. Got a lot of really cool announcements as well, but I'm coming out with something really exciting very soon. If you ever wanted to kind of have more hand-holding when it comes to creating new products or building a brand from scratch, I think you're going to like this and some of the secrets which I will be sharing with you and really demystifying to me what is a very mysterious process and things that are happening behind the scenes when it comes to bringing a new idea to a product and then into market. It's gonna be really cool. All right, man, I hope that you come and you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up as well if you did like this video, but I think that subscribing and becoming a part of this community is really defined by one thing, and that's how are we different from everyone else out there on YouTube? How is my community different? And I would say there's one key way in which we are different is that we are action takers. If you're like me, you can't stand not taking action. We're willing to study the craft, which we are dedicating ourselves to be able to to get to that next stage, that next level when it comes to our business, when it comes to our life, when it comes to things we want to achieve, right? We're really willing to not only become a student, but also to take action. So if you are an action taker, you're not just a entrepreneur, you don't just have ideas and do nothing with it, but you're actually making concrete steps, learning things every single week, come subscribe to this channel, because you are definitely then a member of the Crowdfunding Demystified community. And I think it says that when you subscribe to the channel. So thank you so much for watching this video. Again, my name is Salvador Briggman, and I will see you next time.